All right, sorry, I thought I was going to be able to get my first reactions for highest to lowest out a little bit faster, but I actually had a couple people interviewing me about the film outside of the theater. So let's talk about it real quick. Spike Lee new movie, Denzel Washington, highest to lowest, based off the 1963 Japanese crime thriller High and Low. In that film, we dealt with a Japanese businessman trying to take ownership and control of a shoe company when some unfortunate events start to happen. In this particular film, we get to see Denzel Washington as a music mogul whose son has been kidnapped by someone who seems somewhat familiar, but very hell-bent on making sure that Denzel's character, Mr. King, the music mogul, is going to go through the hell that he wants him to. Denzel Washington's performance, impeccable. The movie is very relevant for today. This is a movie for young black men really to see because it asks a lot of questions on how we are raising our children, how we are acting as men in this world, how we're treating women in this world, and all that stuff is 100% important and very relevant. And the fact that Spike is not afraid to make movies like this is still so inspiring as a person who's always been a fan of his films. He's one of the reasons why I've always wanted to be a filmmaker. Now, with that being said, the music is very much a big part of the film. You're not really getting candid performances from everyone else in the film. Denzel pretty much carries most of the acting in the film. Even Jeffrey Wright's character feels a little bit off. But overall, I think people who really love the hip hop industry and want to kind of get more of a, not behind the scenes look, but just kind of like a more raw, in your face look of what could potentially happen when you're going after these goals, that's a movie that's a reminder. It's very reminiscent to me of He Got Game, because it just seems like one of those movies that Spike Lee kind of makes as a reminder, especially for young black men, to really be on your P's and Q's on how you're handling your life and the things that you're actually going for, and if they're really worth it, and if money is the end all be all. There's also a lot of love for New York in this film. Such a lot of love for New York in this film. That man has always had an affinity for his city, and he's letting it be known, and all the hate for my Boston Celtics is definitely felt throughout the whole entire film. 3 out of 5 here at Horror Movies Uncut. While I think it matched the overall tone and intensity moments of the original that it's remade off of, it definitely has the Spike Lee joint vibe attached to it, which you can never really go wrong. There's a multitude of shots and various versions of shots that are made in the film that in some moments look brilliant, but in certain moments look a little bit displaced. But outside of that, it's definitely a solid film, and it's just great to see Spike Lee making something new and relevant in today's society.